Hi everybody, welcome to Outer Spaces Live. I'm so glad that you guys are here for the September edition. This is going to be a good one, man. Terry,
Hello.
What is up, my friend?
How are you doing? Once
I'm
again,
doing great.
Another month.
Another month. I love it. Every month it gets better and better. It's so much fun. I mean, I look forward to this every month.
I know, it's so funny.
How are you doing over there in San Fran?
I'm great. I've gone back to the very first one we've done, and you look at like last month, like wow, we've really come a long way. So it really is impressive.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. Well, for those of you that are just getting situated, I'll give you a minute. Grab yourself a iced tea, a cup of coffee, a cocktail, whatever floats your boat. Get comfortable. I'm going to take a minute. We'll introduce ourselves for those of you that are new and have never been to Outer Spaces Live. This is such a fun show. My name is Orly Shani. I'm the co-host of Outer Spaces Live. I'm a TV host and a DIY expert. I have a really fun YouTube channel called The DIY Designer, where I hack high-end home decor and fashion into really simple, doable DIYs for you and I to both do together. It's such a blast, and I am an avid Outer fan. I started off as like an Outer customer, then I became a neighborhood showroom host, then I became the host of this show. I'm gonna just move into Terry's house. I'm trying to get as close as I can is my goal. Terry, for anyone that doesn't know you, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Terry Lin. I'm the co-founder and chief design officer of Outer, and I'm responsible for all the stuff that gets designed and gets out to you. And just about Outer Spaces Live, if it is the first time that you've joined us, Outer Spaces Live is just that. It is where we are coming to you live from our backyards to talk all things backyard. And yeah, that's what we do.
Exactly. And I'm actually at the Outer HQ here in Santa Monica. The beautiful ocean behind me. It's so gorgeous. And every month we sort of tackle a new topic that has to do with your outdoor space and really being able to enjoy your space as best as you possibly can, because Outer's mission is to get more people outside.
That's right.
We believe that life is better outside. And I think outside is better with Outer. So that's what this whole show is about, which is really fun. And on today's episode, we have a really great show. So we have a very special guest. We have two special guests today. However, the first one is about as tightly connected to Outer as you could possibly be, yet he has never been on the show. So we have someone very exciting to come on the show who's going to be sharing some amazing Outer news with all of you, which is just really exciting, and I can't wait for that. We're also going to take you behind the scenes of this huge hometown campaign that Outer just did. We're going to go to the pop-up at Palisades Village, which is amazing. I headed over there. That is where all three epic collections are set up in this incredible like outdoor living room. I went over and did some pretty gnarly spill tests. I gotta say,
did.
I gave up.
You did.
I gave a panic attack to everybody that was watching. There was red wine and ketchup and mustard and blue icing. It was really, really gnarly. So we're gonna share that with you guys. We also have one of your favorite segments, which is the before and after. So we are gonna feature an amazing before and after with you guys, where it takes everything from the empty raw space to the CADs that the design consultation that Sarah Ann actually from our design team created, and then all the way to the after, which is really, really cool. And then our second special guest is one of my favorite people in the entire world. He is a TV host, a DIY expert, an interior designer. He was the design director at Pottery Barn. He created product for Martha Stewart. I mean, NBD. None of this is that impressive, whatever. Ken Wingard is gonna be here with us today. I can't wait. He's gonna share a bunch of really amazing insider design tips for how you can transform your outdoor space for summer right into fall. And then we're also gonna talk about a really exciting product restock. This is something that has been sold out because everybody snags it up over and over, this collection, and it is fully restocked, available to be sitting in your backyard in just a few weeks, which is super, super exciting. And then lastly, this is like September giveaway madness, like giveaway bonanza. We are doing the biggest giveaway that we have ever done. We're gonna be giving away 3 bug shield blankets to 3 separate winners. Each of you will go home with one of those. We're also gonna give away, as we always do, because we know that that's one of the main reasons you guys are here with us, is this conversation set. You guys will get an amazing conversation set. One lucky winner will win that. But that's not it. We couldn't stop there. It wouldn't be September giveaway bonanza if we stopped there. This is the Palisades pop-up that you're looking at right now. This entire outdoor living room is going to be given away. If you want to double your chances, you head over to the Palisades pop-up, you scan the QR code, and you will win that entire outdoor living room, including the coffee table and the rugs, the whole kit and caboodle. It's all yours. It's super, super exciting. Look at that setup, Terry.
I know. I want that in my backyard if I had the space.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, I want to talk about some outer press, and this is normally the time that Terry, I sort of put you on the hot spot and make you very, very uncomfortable by sharing all of the wonderful things that are going on with outer. But today you've got a little bit of company where you're actually going to be joined.
That's right.
Oh, hold on. Well, hold please. I'm going to do one thing I almost forgot. I almost skipped right through that. During this giveaway, we wanted to actually give away these bug shield blankets throughout the show as opposed to wait till the very end. So what we're going to do is give away the very first bug shield blanket to our very first winner. Thank you. They just reminded me of that. I almost skipped right over that. Let's take a look at who the first winner is. Bonnie! Congratulations, Bonnie Kreiner. This is the most incredible blanket. For those of you that aren't aware, this is a bug repelling blanket that has like no smell, no texture. It's machine washable, and that doesn't ruin its efficacy. So really amazing blanket. Congratulations. And we're going to give two more away throughout the show. Okay, now let's go back. I'm going to talk about some of the outer press, and because I waved him over, he's already sitting with us. Guys, I want to welcome Terry, your co-founder and CEO. Jiake Liu is here.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, everybody.
Glad to have you in the spotlight.
Terry. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
We miss you here in Santa Monica.
I know. I promise I will be there next month for the live stream.
I know. It's nice that he finally joins us. Normally he's just watching us. Here he is, your partner in crime.
I know. Thanks for inviting me to join the fun.
I know. This is great. This is great. Well, guys, I'm really excited to talk about this because Outer has hit a major milestone. I mean, this is a huge new milestone, and this was all over the news. I'd love you to talk about what you guys announced. What happened this month that is actually really amazing news for all of us outer lovers?
Yeah, so I am very, very excited to share the news and announce, and some of you might have seen it already, that we have successfully raised $50 million in a new round of funding. Wow, it feels funny to say.
Doesn't it feel
that.
weird?
Just 50 million.
A lot of money to invest into product development, to expand the team, and to help us expand to more channels. And so everyone everywhere will be able to hopefully join the Outer fam.
And I know, Jake, when you and I were talking at the Pacific Palisades pop-up, you mentioned who this investor is. This is really someone, not only is she a female investor, which I think is so cool, but she really shares your mission, and she's on board with doing everything the way that Outer wants to do it, which is a lot of research and development, really being like a material science company, almost disguised as an outdoor furniture company. Can you explain a little bit about her and how she came to be? So exciting.
Yeah, so our amazing lead investor, her name is Kathy Xu. She's the founder of Capital Today, and she was ranked actually #1 globally on the Midas list on Forbes as the #1 ranking female investor in the world. And she has been an investor for almost 3 decades now, and she has invested in some of the most visionary, legendary brands. One anecdote that I can share is that usually, when I go into investor pitch meetings, the conversation is around numbers and revenue. Tell me more about how you're going to grow the business. Well, Kathy dove right into the product. She's like, oh, tell me more about the fabrics. Why is it eco-friendly? Tell me more about the outer shell. Why does it keep the sofa clean? Why has no one thought about that? And another anecdote is that throughout the summer, we've had some big logistical bottlenecks that's impacting the entire world, actually.
Right.
We're still sitting through that, and we're still facing that challenge as we speak today. But facing the decision of doing more sales, and then at the cost of disappointing customers because they just have to wait longer, versus investing more into the customer experience and make sure we don't oversell, and then we basically make sure that our customers will get their products. She was supportive of the latter, and that's
beautiful. It's so great when a sort of a partnership like that, obviously between Jake and Terry, the two of you have such a great partnership to bring on somebody that not only allows you to grow now financially. This is a really great ability for all of you to grow, but is within the same sort of mission statement. Terry, I'd love for you to talk a little bit about I assume that this is going to help fund some amazing innovation. I know you've got a million creative ideas noodling around in that brain of yours. What does this mean like for you now and the rest of the design team?
Before I start, I was going to say, I already had a huge amount of respect for Kathy, but it grew even more. When we had our conversations, she was the one that actually talked to us, and she started her day, and it was just with all the executive team. She started her day at 3 a.m. and talked to each of the executive team one by one for 10 hours. When you think about someone with that much prestige, you would have like the analyst doing it for you and then coming and reporting back. No, it was her. So like she is committed. But yeah, going back to, like what are we doing with, some of the money? It is like we always started the company knowing that our goal is to get you back in your outdoor space, whatever that means. And today, we started with furniture, we started with our sofa. But we are going far beyond that, and the end goal is that we're not just going to be a furniture company. Like we are kind of setting ourselves up to be kind of the global outdoor living company. So lots of things that you could imagine what that could be. There's very different than what you think we are today.
Yeah, I can't wait as we keep doing these live streams, as those new products are going to get rolled out here. I just can't wait to be a part of that. I assume that this is also going to help you guys bring on some new talent, some new amazing people. Can you talk a little bit about what the hiring, sort of what this means for hiring, I suppose, or Outer growing as a company?
Yeah, this is probably the most exciting part of my job, that I get to meet some amazing people that have reached out since the funding announcement, and hopefully to build up our team even more. I mean, we grew very quickly.
Yeah.
We launched about 2.5 years ago in May of 2019, and now we are a team of 70. And we're looking to hire across the board. I mean, go to liveouter.com/careers. This is definitely open call. I mean, we have some open positions right now, but what you notice at the bottom of that page is that there's a pitch your dream position button. I'll give you some examples. We've as you can see on the screen, we are hiring across the board, whether it's operations or finance or data or product related, marketing, you name it, engineering, obviously, as a technology company. And so, for the dream position, we've had, I think we hired on quite a few people that way. Our latest, newest executive team member, Isabel, she actually came outside of the furniture industry. She came from OpenTable and Square, Eventbrite,
Wow.
Silicon Valley, high growth startup kind of background. She joined us to lead our strategy to help us expand internationally, channels, into retail, hospitality, etc. More to come on that. And we didn't have an open position, but because she was such amazing talent, we had to find a way to work with her. Even our intern, Owen, he started interning for us a few months ago.
Yeah.
He graduated and then gave up his offer from another legendary company, Bain Consulting Company, just to have a full-time position here at Outer. And now he's an integral part of our marketing team.
I think that's really amazing. So I just want to kind of reiterate for anybody that's watching, if you're watching and maybe you are interested in joining the Outer team, take advantage of that dream job. That's really where you get to share what makes you unique, what makes you special, what would make you an asset to the Outer team, or maybe you have a family member or a friend that you think might be great for this. Outer is such an amazing company, and they really are people first. So I can't recommend it enough as a great opportunity for anybody looking for a new family. I think it's so special, and I love that you guys have that dream job. I just think that's so cool.
And livestream actually, has worked out really well. I mean, I think Tabitha was one of the shows before, right?
Exactly.
And she was a customer first. She was watching livestream, and then I think we said that we were hiring like last year or something, and then she applied, and she's now part of the sales team. And you get to talk to Tabitha if you're considering joining and see how that's like. And
I think actually, is Tabitha remote? So will there be more like remote opportunities for people?
That's right. We are a huge believer in remote work. So we have team members hailing from all over the country, even all over the world. Another interesting tidbit is that I just confirmed with our people manager that we now have over 50% of our team that's female, which is.
It's funny. I actually would think more, just because of the people I work with. I mean, in some of your highest level positions, it's all females. I mean, it's an amazing.
It's important to us to have the right representation across the board, and
So cool. Well, there's more really fun news, things that you guys did this month, sort of to celebrate, I'm sure, this launch. And also, some of you may not know this, but Outer is actually an LA-based company. We're sitting on the roof of the headquarters here in Santa Monica. So Outer is an LA-based company, and you guys had this really fun idea of doing like a big hometown campaign, sort of extravaganza, which is super fun. And one of the things that you guys did were these really great, like, creative billboards. Terry, talk to me about these. They're all over LA. It's so freaking fun to see them everywhere.
It was so fun watching our team put these together, but really it was just a celebration of like the roots of our company. It's based in Santa Monica, and as we did this, you can go search for these. These are all along the west side of town, And something funny that and one of them that was a surprise to me. There was one that we were creating. It was like, you don't have to pay for freckles. That was supposed to be one of our billboards. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Do you even know what that's about, Terry? Because I can clue you in.
I read about it afterwards, but yeah, please do, because that was a surprise to me.
For anyone that doesn't know it, beauty trends, they come in, they come out, it's ridiculous most of the time. And freckles have been a beauty trend. So people are actually getting freckles tattooed on their faces. They are using fake temporary tattoo freckles. It's hilarious and ridiculous, but that's such an LA billboard.
Yes, exactly.
That's so great.
So I learned something new from our campaign, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. The creative people at Outer. And that's actually not where it ended. Another really fun thing that you guys did was this pop-up at Palisades Village. So this is in Pacific Palisades, a beautiful community in Los Angeles. And in this whole outdoor shopping area, you guys built like multiple outdoor living rooms. This is the only place right now where you can go and see all 3 different collections. There's the beautiful teak and white collection. You saw the aluminum. And then there's the wicker outdoor living room that's up on that platform. That's the one that that's the giveaway. And Jake, I feel like this has been your home away from home. You're literally there like every day.
It is my second home now. I'm holding pretty much all of my meetings there. There's the Alfred Coffee Shop. There's a really great restaurant and ice cream shop as well.
And are you talking to like Outer customers? What's it like?
Oh yeah,
what's going on?
I mean, nothing really beats just getting in front of the customers and talking to them.
Yeah.
And in most cases, I'm just just hanging out there. I'm sitting there. Obviously, they don't know that I'm with a lot of them don't know that I'm with Outer.
Right.
And I kind of can eavesdrop on some people. Oh, they sit on it. Wow, this is so comfortable. And just seeing that reaction from customers face to face is so great. And obviously, I chat with them. I find out more from what they're looking for in furniture, and so that helps us develop product more. So it's a great time, and it's in Palisades Village, and hopefully I can see you there. We'll be there until the end of October. I think October 25th is the last day.
I can't recommend it enough. Terry, I bumped into Jake when I was there. I went there last week.
Unplanned.
Unplanned, that's right.
It was such a coincidence, that he was there. Totally unplanned, but I gotta say, it is the most epic setup. Let's take a look at what this looks like, because we went and did spill tests, we toured the whole area, and I wanna share a little behind the scenes of what we did, because it's amazing. Alrighty. Let's take a look. So here are some of the setups. Like I said, there you can see is the aluminum setup. There's the wicker setup. They each have their own area. Here was this really amazing, the aluminum is up in the shady area. I potentially got a little too comfortable. I grabbed a bug shield blanket. I was only intending on laying there for a moment. I freaking fell asleep, you guys. Not good. Okay, let's go into the spill test. This is so fun. So I literally have a white cushion, Dr. Pepper, red wine, and espresso. And I am pouring it all over these cushions. Now, there's a few things I want to note here. Number one, I'm pouring a lot. I'm letting it seep in, although it won't seep in because of the fabric. I know, Terry, I know. First of all, you can see how it really beads up off the fabric. This is one of the things that we're going to talk about later, but the fact that it's water resistant. So at first glance, when I pour the water, it looks like everything comes off. There's still a little bit of residual color here from the different liquids. So what I'm doing is just a little bit of like a delicate dish soap that I just squeezed right on, and I'm using my hand to rub it in, just to rub in and get out anything that's left. You're gonna make sure that it's nice and even. I would then take some more water and pour. And this is a bit of a step and repeat process. You're gonna kind of do this until it seems like the stain is out. Terry, I know you had a funny anecdote when you were on the Shark Tank, right?
Yeah, when you knocked over that wine glass, it reminded me of when Jake and I were in Shark Tank in the season 11, and we had a bottle of wine as a prop, and we invited the sharks to come up. And Mr. Wonderful, he's like, hey, is this stuff stain-proof? We're like, yeah, it is. And he just took it, and instead of you pushing it, he took the whole bottle and just poured it right on the whole. It was white, and like my heart just kind of like jumped. And I was like, are they going to show this? And it got edited, but they actually did that on the show that unfortunately the viewers can't see, but yes.
I wish they would have showed it.
I wish they would have showed it, yeah, because it really does come out. I mean, it really does. You know, I was nervous even when I have an outer, and I know the stains come out, and even I was nervous doing it, it comes out. And we didn't stop there. We have more spill tests for you, so let's take a look at this next one. This one gave me a heart attack. ketchup and mustard. I mean, that's just like as colored, deep, oil-based
Oil-based
stains.
is the
very,
hardest.
very
Yeah.
scary.
Yep.
Oil-based is the hardest. So I've got some really good tips for that. Number one, you're gonna do what you always do, which is sort of pour some water over
Yep.
it to get any like excess flaking off. Soda water and baking soda are gonna be your best friends when it comes to oil stains. That's for your clothing and for the fabric here. So I put a little bit of soda water, the bubbles helped lift it. I put the baking soda, and again, I just kept rubbing and rubbing, pouring water off of it until it came off all the way. And it might seem, we're gonna get into this a little bit, that I'm soaking through the cushion. Don't worry, it is not gonna soak through the cushion, and you'll find out why if you don't know already. But basically, you're just gonna keep going to get off all of the suds and then pour the water until all of the soap is off of it. If you have some really stubborn stains, it is, again, it's just a step and repeat. Use the same products, the same motion over and over until it lifts. And I promise you, it will lift. It's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah, and then, you know, like I know
Right off.
I've done some YouTube videos, and what I've done is I've just used like a hose from my backyard that had some pressure
Yeah.
and just came right off. So like, it's not hard to get off as
love that.
you've done.
Yeah. This next one hit a little close to home, I gotta say. This is like the kid proof, and my kids really, I swear they want to torture me sometimes. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so this is, I feel like, 3 kid faves. Some chocolate, some markers, and blue icing. Now, I grabbed dark chocolate and I literally was drawing with it because we don't just want a little smudge. We really wanted to get it in there and see what happens. I'm using markers, and while these are the washable markers, you're still gonna see that it still soaks in, right? The color still feels like it's soaking in. It's still very scary when this happens. I drew a full picture. I mean, I like created like a sun and flowers, and then it was the blue icing.
You're quite the
This
artist
is scary
there.
because thank you so much, Sherry. The amount of dye in something like icing was very scary. So again, same thing. You're first going to take your water and just sort of pour the water off. A good amount of the washable marker came off right away. The yellow was a little stubborn, so I sort of did the same thing with the yellow that I did with everything else. Again, here's a little dish soap right on the chocolate. I'm using my hands to rub it in. I found that worked really, really well to be able to use just enough pressure and just enough kind of like texture to get it out. This is something, Terry, that actually you showed me, which was taking a towel and sort of like pushing and twisting, and that really helps lift it up off. If you have anything that's really stubborn, you can get a little bit of a brush and really scrub it with a brush to help lift it. It's not going to shred the fabric, don't worry. I really went to town and it was absolutely fine. And then again, when you're done, just always make sure to pour all of the soap off so that really the outside just has a little bit of water, and you can dab it clean and then put it in the sun to dry.
And then Orly, I'd love to hear, you know, as you were doing this, you were doing it at Palisades Village. What were the people doing while you were doing this that were checking out the
Having heart
furniture?
attacks, having multiple heart attacks, one after another.
Did they say anything
People
to you?
kept walking by. Yeah, well, they kept walking by, and like they would just stand there, and all of a sudden people would just like stop and like be frozen and look at us, and they're like, "What? Why is she doing that? What is this? Why?" Like they got like nervous for me.
Yeah.
And it ended up, we had like a whole group of people watching. I felt like I was on like QVC. I was like, ta-da! You know, it was really fun. Guys, I'm dying to know, all of you right now that are watching, we're seeing all these comments come in. I want to know if there's anything that you would like us to do for our next spill test. I want you to comment it down below and put it to the test, because I'm sure that you've got some very, very painful, difficult things that you'd like us to try to get out. And, you know, knowing the outer fabric, I'm sure it's going to work. So I want to know what you guys think we should do next. Let those comments come in. We'll see them all. It's right here in front of us.
We've jokingly talked in the past about having kind of like a live stream of a robot that had different things to stain, and then you could choose what it was, and then it does it and it cleans it. So maybe one day we'll do that on our site, but that is something that we've talked about.
Well, I'd love to talk quickly, Terry, about this, if we can kind of just touch on this for a moment, about, you know, obviously you can see that the fabric is amazing, right? The fabric is proprietary for many reasons. One, which is the stain resistant, water resistant, mold resistant, all of those things. Can you give just a quick bullet point of a few of the features that really make it proprietary, why it's such a great fabric?
Yeah, so it is proprietary, meaning we designed it from the ground up. And keep in mind, I am not a textile designer. I'm a furniture designer. And Jake and I were in China. It took us about almost a year to develop it. And this is going from not knowing anything to actually knowing everything and knowing like what to look for, what not to look for. And the reason we were doing it was because the fabrics that most people know that have the same performance characteristics, they're great, but they're not eco-friendly. You can't actually recycle it. So
Yeah.
that was kind of like a no-go for us. Like, okay, we have to do something that can be more sustainable. We developed it, and with our fabrics, there's some things that we learned. Like with most fabrics, it's typically like a 1x1 or a 2x2 or a 3x3 weave. And what that means is this is a 1x1, as you see. And I actually went and picked apart fabrics to understand how it was made. And I found it was all like one of 3 versions of it, which is an over and under, and whether it was applied 1-plied yarn, 2-plied, or 3-plied, it was all the same. And then as we developed ours, it was actually super complex. So our weight, go ahead.
And the weight of the fabric, it really makes it so amazing. And again, that's one of the reasons why this is going to be something that for the most part you can spot clean. But let's just say that you end up needing to or wanting to just throw these guys in the wash and do the full machine wash. Maybe you've had them for a few years.
Yep.
You just want to give them a refresh. You can absolutely do that. You're going to take out the cushion,
That's
and
right.
inside is where you're going to see what the cushion looks like inside. And that's why I was talking about, don't worry that you're soaking it when you're cleaning it. It's not going to ruin the cushion. I want to show you guys what it looks like when you actually take it out. So let's show this video real quick. All right, so this is what the inside liner is. That's a waterproof liner that's protecting that sort of pillow top cushion inside, which keeps it clean. That's what the bottom looks like. So when you take it out, you want to know the anatomy of your cushion. So that's the back. The top part that goes by your legs, like right under your knees, is rounded, and the sides are straight. So you want to know how to put the cushion back in. So rounded front. Now what you're going to do is lay it flat, and you're going to You're gonna taco it. Use your legs to hold it in place so it stays like that, and then just grab the cover and slide it right on. When you open your legs and release it, it's gonna pop right open, and it's gonna fill in those corners. Then you just pull up the outer corners, make sure that the cushion is in there nice and neat, and you're gonna zip it closed, right? You're just gonna take it, zip it, it is ready to go. But again, knowing the sort of anatomy of the cushion will help you know which way to put it in, but that's a really easy way to get them in and out if you do want to, machine wash it. Now, there's one other thing I want to touch on super quick here, Terry, is another thing that makes it so great is that the legs are rust proof.
That's right.
And that sort of, there's like an aluminum frame inside.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about why are they rust proof? Like why is that?
So one thing, like oftentimes when you see stainless steel, know that not all stainless steel is equal. There are certain types of stainless steel, and even the ones that are supposed to be like marine grade are not rust proof. So we did a lot of trial and error to make sure that our legs are rust proof, and my backyard is the ultimate test because I'm close to the ocean, high salt content in the air, doesn't rust. The frames are made with aluminum. Aluminum, as you know, are actually rust resistant. In fact, as soon as oxygen touches the surface of aluminum, it creates a barrier called aluminum oxide, which helps with corrosion resistance. And on top of that, we do have a powder coating over that, so it really just makes it even more resistant to corrosion.
That's so great.
Terry, how long has our sofa been sitting on there at the roof of our factory now? Is it 4 years and counting?
It's been 2018, so when we finished one of the samples, we was like, hey, take one and put it on the roof. And then no one actually hangs out on the roof because it's like a sloped roof. And they looked at us like, well, why? We're like, just put it up there. We just want to see how it ages over time. So it's been sitting up there since 2018. And the area that it's in, it goes through all the seasons, really, really cold, really hot, really humid. And it's doing great out there.
That's so amazing. Yeah, I mean, you'll see, we're going to talk about it, but just like, from top to bottom and inside out, there's something about each sort of material that you guys have chosen that makes it amazing. I just want to call out some of these spill test requests because they're not messing around. Sesame oil, pizza grease, blueberries, smashed raspberries. I mean, they are not going to make it easy on us. Okay.
Let's do them.
Jake, will you hang out for some questions?
Yeah, happy to answer some questions.
If any of you guys have questions for Jake, Terry, me, anything in general, we'd love to take some questions here. So let's see who our first question is from. All right, this one's from Kathy Z in Manhattan Beach. Hey, our neighbors. How long can something stay on the fabric before it's cleaned in order to avoid a stain? I'm worried my kid might spill something without me noticing. That's a great question. Terry, do you have the answer to that?
Yeah, I mean, like, you think about, like, if it's just sitting out there, you can, like, the first thing you do is just clean it whenever you see it, and if it doesn't, like, the worst case is you throw it in the wash, and it should come out, so it could sit there for pretty long.
Awesome. All right, great. Next question. Alrighty, this is from Valerie M. Jake and Terry, how does it feel to see Outer on billboards across LA? Oh, I love that question.
It's a good one.
Well, thank you for the question, Valerie. You know, Outer was started by Terry and I almost 4 years ago now, right?
Almost, yeah.
December of 2017,
Yeah.
and we never thought we would have, you know, to be able to work with such an amazing team in such a short amount of time. I mean, never imagined that we could be working with you, Orly, on a monthly basis,
Oh my
and
gosh,
not more
I love
frequent.
It's my
I
happy
think
place.
it's all about getting the right people involved, and you know, seeing the billboards. As I actually, there are 2 billboards on Venice Boulevard. It's actually very close to my neighborhood. So every day I drive by, I see them. You know, one of them is actually above my favorite coffee shop, Atlantis Coffee, on Venice. And it's great validation.
Absolutely.
And it's just a lot of fun. You know, all my friends are texting me, "Hey, I saw your billboard on Lincoln, Venice," and like, yes, go check out our Palisades Village. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
You know what
really
I think
fun.
is
Terry?
cool? A lot of my, let's call it heroes, people that I looked up to, love Outer. So if you look on social, you'll see the people that actually have Outer. It's like, wow. Like, I would have never thought that Jake and I, starting an outdoor furniture company, could connect with these people that I kind of like hold on a pedestal. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. Well, let's take a look at our next question. That was a very sweet one. All right, this one comes from Tina Galloway. But does the fabric retain color after extended exposure to the elements? Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. Yeah, it does. I don't know how. I don't know how the heck you guys do anything that you do, but I keep my furniture opened a lot. I mean, I use obviously the, shell is so easy, the outer shell is so easy to close it, but I leave it open a lot because we use it so much that sometimes I'm like, let's just leave it open for days on end, and it bakes in the sun. We're in that like 100-degree deep LA heat. I live in an area called the Valley, which some of you might judge. Don't judge me. And it is hot as a mofo, and it really doesn't affect the color. It looks exactly like it did the day that I got it. The only thing that you will notice will fade a little bit will actually be the outer shell, but that's why it's there. You know, it's like it's there to sort of protect the sofa, but that's just the cover for it. All right, let's take a look. We have another question. Karen Rosamond, this looks amazing. I think I need to be a neighborhood showroom host. Yes, you should. Are the cushions fire resistant in case a spark flies from a fire pit?
So no,
one of you
yeah, they're not.
shall take that?
Yeah, they're not fire resistant. One of the things that we looked into, oftentimes with like indoor upholstery, is there is a fire retardancy on it. It's some sort of brominated something that is really bad for you. So unfortunately, like our products, our fabrics are made with plastics. It is made with a polypropylene. So, like, should you get a spark, it's no different than if you had a puffy jacket on and a spark would land on it.
Got it. Got it. We have another question. Before we do that one, I just want to call out something that I saw. Outer actually replied to someone that when you do machine wash them, a really good way of preventing any pilling from the Velcro that's on the bottom is Outer actually has Velcro covers. So you would put the Velcro cover over the Velcro when you wash it so that they don't tumble around and get stuck on each other. So if you don't have those yet, make sure that you head over to the website so you can grab a couple of those. Okay, let's take a look at our next question. Alrighty, Sally. Terry, what's the craziest thing you've had to clean off an outer sofa?
What is the craziest thing? So I think the craziest things, I think, Orly, you just demonstrated. I think ketchup and mustard and barbecue sauce are probably the worst things because they are oil-based. You think of stains, it's oil and water-based. Water-based is easy. Anything oil-based is really hard. And you think about like turmeric. Turmeric gets in your hand, gets it yellow. That's what's in
like
mustard.
a dye.
Yeah. So basically, those are the hardest things. And look up the video on YouTube on our channel, and you'll see me get it off, no problem at all.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh man, this was so great. I'm so glad you got to hang out. You got to come join the show more often.
Yeah, now I want to be, be part of the show every time.
He's coming for you, Terry.
Please do. I love it.
But
Jake,
thank you so
for
much.
being here. Guys, we tried to convince Jake not to do this, but Jake would like all of you to have his email address. We're going to share his email address. If you have any thoughts or questions, if you are looking for a career at Outer, he wants to hear from you. He literally said to us yesterday, no, I know it's crazy. It's fine. I don't want to miss any really amazing talent. I'm willing to sift through hundreds of emails. So I just got to say, that's the kind of people here at Outer. So there is his email address. If you guys want to reach him, you can chat with this guy right here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Orly.
Alrighty.
And thank you, Terry.
We'll see you later, Jake.
See you soon.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right, guys, well, it's time for our next giveaway. We want to give away another Bug Shield blanket to another lucky viewer. I want to go through again what all the giveaways are. So this is giveaway madness this September. We're going to give away 3 Bug Shield blankets. We've already given away 1, and we're about to give away our second. We're also going to be doing the conversation set, which all of you know and love. We do this on every show, and it's one of the most popular parts of the show. So a conversation set, excuse me. And then this month, we're really going all out with the full outdoor living room that's actually at the pop-up at Palisades Village. One lucky winner is going to get that entire setup, including the coffee table and the rugs. There are QR codes all over that pop-up. All you have to do is scan the QR code and enter to win. So I highly recommend heading out there. Okay, let's see who our next Bug Shield blanket winner is. Congratulations, Sarah Ruggieri. Ooh, what a beautiful name, from Florida.
Ruggieri.
Gosh, I hope that you love this. These blankets are incredible. For anybody that's not familiar with them, they are woven with, Terry, is it chrysanthemum?
It's not woven with, it's made with 100% recycled polyester, but the active ingredient that makes it bug resistant is a synthetic version of a chemical that's found in the chrysanthemum plant.
Got it, got it. And there's like no feeling on it. You don't feel anything, you don't smell anything. They can be machine washed and still stay fully effective. So it really is an amazing thing. So congratulations, I'm glad that you won that. Now let's get into our halftime show, because this is something that you guys love every time. We love to share with you guys real before and afters of real outer customers. Now, today's feature that we're gonna be featuring today is actually this woman named Julie. She watched our live stream last April, and we were revealing the aluminum collection, which she loved, and Sarah Ann was on. If you guys have watched this every month, and you guys know Sarah Ann, she's one of the designers at Outer Design Consult. And she actually wanted to have one with Sarah Ann. So she went to the website, she requested a design consultation, and she requested Sarah Ann, and I don't blame her, because Sarah Ann is amazing. So they started the process, and this is what it looks like. What Julie did is she sent over these photos to Sarah Ann. This is what her space looks like now. It's totally
Just
raw.
dirt.
You can tell it looks like she's planning something big, right? This is like a whole backyard reno. So here is the first image. Then she sent over this as a little progress shot. You can see it looks like they're going to do an amazing pool situation. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what this looks like. Okay, and then the next photo. Okay, I'm seeing a jacuzzi, an outdoor kitchen.
The kitchen looks like it's going to be great.
I'm thinking a jacuzzi. Oh my gosh, this is so epic. Look at full construction. So what I love about this is that they actually got ahead of the game with Sarah Ann and started figuring out what the outdoor setup was going to be while all of the construction was happening, so it could all happen together. These are the different designs that Sarah Ann created. Now, for those of you that know Outer well, you know this, but the collection is fully modular. So what Sarah Ann did is she took a certain amount of pieces that would work for how they were going to entertain, and she shared with Julie all of the different configurations that Julie could create with those same number of pieces. And you can see there's quite a lot of variety there. So let's take a look at how this actually came out. My goodness, I can't wait to see. Oh,
it looks like she did what, Plan C.
I think
Amazing,
that's Plan C. What is that, maybe a 6-piece
It's a 7-piece.
L?
I think it's a 5-piece L.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the love seat.
I think it's a 6-piece L and a love seat. And you know what? What I think I thought was a jacuzzi, I think is like a wooden deck, like a platform for the sofa. Julie, I think that I know you're actually here watching with us. This is incredible. What you did is beautiful. I mean, my goodness.
It's beautiful. Julie, if
I'm
you
dying
are on,
to know.
I'd love to know how much time you're spending now in your backyard versus before. And I'm sure it's more because it was just dirt, but I'd love to hear from you.
You did a beautiful job. I gotta say, you increased the value of your house in an amazing way. So this is one thing that Terry always talks about, ROI and ROE. It's return on investment and return on experience. And I feel like you really knocked both of those out of the park.
You hit both
You're
of
gonna
them,
be able
exactly.
to enjoy. So amazing. Okay, Terry.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sweating because I'm very excited for this next part. I'm staring at him right off in the corner. Our next guest is about to join us. If you guys do not know this man, I'm so excited you're about to be introduced to him. We're going to welcome our next guest. He is a TV host. He is a DIY expert. He's an interior designer. He was one of the design directors at Pottery Barn. He designed product for Martha Stewart. He's one of the most creative people I know and one of my favorite people on the planet. Please welcome Ken Wingard.
Hello.
Oh my God,
hi.
You guys, this is going to be so fun.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Ken, how's it
How are
going? Good to see you
you?
again.
ROE.
ROE.
Brilliant.
Isn't it genius?
Brilliant. I'm going to steal that now.
Please
Pretend it's
do.
mine. Okay, Terry?
Of course, of course.
That and Velcro covers. My two great takeaways.
No, I'm telling you, every episode there's some new nugget he drops, and I'm like, damn it. Why didn't I think of that?
Ken, I'm so happy to have you on. I remember when the team's like, hey, we're going to have Ken. I was like, oh my God, Ken Wingard. And, you didn't know this, but I knew you way back when you were, I think, just wrapping up at Pottery Barn. And I happened to be on Fillmore Street and seeing one of your cast aluminum candlesticks. I was like, this is beautiful. And I turned it around, looked on the bottom side, and I saw Wingard. I'm like, wow, this guy's awesome.
We share a love for casting, you and I, Terry.
right.
We share a love for casting.
That's right.
It is true.
I love it. I'm starting to get nervous that I'm just going to be like edged out of this
so-
conversation.
Anyway, Terry.
Well, that's why Ken's here, because he's the best. So Ken, I know you watch this show, so you know this. Which is insane, we do a product reveal almost every single month. There is something new that Outer has produced and is launching.
From a design and a production point of view, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Terry, you must be insane to actually produce that. So what's it today?
So actually, today what we're doing is something that's been so highly requested. We're flipping it around a little bit, and we're doing a huge restock on something that's been sold out. We haven't been able to keep it in stock. It's been selling out like crazy. You guys just did a huge restock. What? Oh, sorry guys. They were trying to tell me something was happening, and it was my necklace hooked, and I was like, apologies for that. But thank you very much. So basically we haven't been able to keep it in stock. It's been crazy, and there is a huge restock. It's all here, which means you guys could actually order the all-weather wicker and have it in your backyard in like 2 weeks and be just like Julie, enjoying your space, your new backyard. Absolutely epic. And Ken, we wanted to bring you in for this conversation because we thought, you have so many great thoughts and ideas on design, and I feel like you're going to be able to really notice some things about the all-weather wicker collection.
I'd love to talk, but I have to run now. I'm going to do a quick order so I can have it in 2 weeks in time for the snuggle season.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll wait.
Thank you.
I was going to say, if I could,
because
with the restock, just, you guys that are watching it, just look at what's going on with global supply chain, like everything from like tennis balls to computer chips to even paint. I think recently paint prices are going to go through the roof. So, as you're thinking about Christmas shopping, like plan ahead. So even if you're thinking about, do it now. Same thing, outdoor living. If you're thinking about it, just plan ahead, because come next year, people are really planning ahead. So it's good that we're in stock.
It's so true, and I actually, on that note, I'd love to mention one thing very quickly. If you are thinking about getting an outer and you were thinking about the wicker, of course it's in stock now, which means you can get it right away, which is great. You can also use Affirm. Outer has Affirm on the website, which means that you guys can get it right now and sort of pay it off over the next year. So use it and live with it while you're paying it off, as opposed to doing it all at once. So that's great. You guys can get it right away and start enjoying it right away. Now,
In a fortnight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I want to talk about some of the details. So you guys were talking about casting, which I don't know. What is casting exactly?
So casting is a way of creating metal objects. You create a mold. That mold can be sand, silicone, plaster. You pour molten metal, whether it's brass, aluminum, steel, into the mold. You break it away. What's great about it is you get really sort of beautiful items and you have very high design elements to it versus other ways of working with metal. Is that accurate, Terry?
That's right. I mean, look at the video. This is our leg coming out of a casting. This is after the molten stainless steel cooled, and what you're seeing is the person is hammering out the silica sand. And you think about, this is what it looks like when it comes out of the casting. And then if you look at the final one, it is ground and polished. And I know, Ken, you are holding one. And tell me what you think of it.
So usually a lot of times you see outdoor furniture and it either has stamped or rolled steel or tubular steel, which is always like light, it's hollow, and it feels cheap. This, like the weight on it, like you can tell this is quality. And then the things that also, Terry, I love these little details, like if you can see this little curve right here. It's not just, you've got flat here, you've got a sort of rounded square here, and that joint is so just
pretty.
From a design point of view, like this is the sort of stuff that I can just sit there and just like stare at because it's gorgeous.
And so, Terry, I think you were mentioning that, is it the casting that actually makes it stronger than like if you had welded it or done what Ken was talking about, which is like tubular, which I don't know what that means exactly, but is this was part of the reason for strength in the other?
Yeah, I mean, it is really strong, and a big part of why we designed it this way was, one, the look, but two, we knew that This is the one thing, when it ships with the legs off. And we wanted the unboxing experience to be like, we want you to handle this thing. And as Ken mentioned, this is a casting. It's like jewelry is cast oftentimes. Right. And we want you to actually handle this and feel like, wow, this feels really special. So part of it was what that unboxing experience is, so you know like the quality that has gone into this piece. And yes, it is much, much stronger than just welded tubular steel.
But I'll also say there's a design element, not just is the piece beautiful, but to me, wicker can be very traditional and very sort of old-fashioned. Yep. But all of a sudden, when you get this beautiful wicker and then lift it up and put it on this wonderful little stiletto of a leg, it completely changes things. It becomes lighter, it becomes more modern. It's everything you love about wicker, but hipper and cooler.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's talk about the wicker then. Let's move right into the wicker because it has its own story to tell, which is so cool, as does every element of the sofa, which you guys are starting to realize. So let's talk about the wicker. Now, I know that one of the ways that the wicker is made is it lasts like forever. It is so durable, it's crazy. And I know this from personal experience. I'd like to share a slightly embarrassing photo with all of you because I actually still have this thing in my backyard. So on the left would be a sofa I bought only 1 year before my outer, which is on the right. That sofa has been sitting by my pool as like our backup sofa, and it's still there. I don't know why. It's so embarrassing. I feel like, how can I be part of the outer family and have this hideous thing? But it came into perfect, this was a perfect comparison. As you can see, only a year, and it cracked and ripped and shredded, and my outer that's been in my backyard for years now looks exactly like it did the day I got it. Why is that, Terry? Like, what is it that, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the big thing when we started was like, we want to create quality product that lasts as long as it can. We always talk about not thinking about planned obsolescence. And, you know, a lot of times people design by price point. We want to design by quality. The chair that you have that's falling apart is made with a lower grade resin. So for you that are in search of outdoor furniture that's made of like wicker, stay away from PVC-based resin. If anything, look for things that are high-density polyethylene, HDPE. That's what's going to last. That's what ours is made of. Ours is a round core, so round core is oftentimes more strong than like a flat weave like you have on the one that's falling apart.
Right. And then I know there's something else that you guys are working on with the wicker. It's already made with, I believe, 30% recycled plastic, right?
Yep.
That's
yep.
amazing.
So,
Which is so cool. Yeah, which is so cool. And if you guys don't know this, the outer rugs are made with 100% recycled plastic, and the names are given after the amount of recycled bottles. So like this one is the 1188 because it's 1,188 plastic bottles. I digress. Can you, Terry, explain what you guys have in the works for the wicker? Because I just think this is some innovation that, you know, we just got to share.
Yeah. So you know, going back to when Jake was on, we talked about like the funding we got and how we're actually going to be using it. And one of the things that we're doing is really looking into the material science. And, you know, we launched with about 30% recycled plastic bottles in the all-weather wicker chairs. And I think I'm proud of that, but that's not that special anymore. Everyone does a percentage of recycled in anything. It's just, it seems like it's baseline that you have to do. Well, what we're doing now is we are working with a clean tech company to develop a new formulation for our all-weather wicker. So it's using high-density polyethylene. And what we're doing is we're testing what the right formulation is to make it where it is a carbon-sequestered all-weather wicker. So I think it's quite different than what anyone is doing or has done, and that's kind of where we're going next. And the whole point is we always want to show that, you know, like, you'll never hit the finish line. It's always about trying to get better, and this is what we think we can do about getting.
Hold on. Let's back up a second. Back up. Carbon sequestering, so it's actually going to remove carbon or carbon dioxide from the environment. The patio furniture will.
It's like a tree.
Yeah. So
it's like
are you serious? So you were helping the planet. You were actually cleaning the air with your furniture.
We're not cleaning the air. What we're trying to do is get to carbon neutral. So like a lot of companies, we have we're working with a company called Climate Neutral right now, and a lot of what they do is look at how big your carbon footprint is. And what we're trying to do is get to zero. As you hear, a lot of companies are trying to get to carbon neutral. And the way we're doing it is we are basically capturing carbon dioxide in the way that we actually make our products. So when you look at with the neutral,
yeah, it's so cool.
I would love to get to the point where it's cleaning the air, but not yet.
I was about to,
He'll figure it
work
out.
on that next.
That's what I'm
But,
thinking
like,
about next. That's right.
So the science stuff I think is absolutely amazing, but I want to go back to the design stuff for a second because you probably can't see this at home, but I'm sitting in this chair and I just want to stare at it because the color striations within the wicker, it looks so gorgeous and so natural, not unlike your other piece, which is all one color and volume.
How dare you?
This is actually beautiful.
Thank you, Ken.
It's incredibly
Isn't
well
it?
done.
I know, the colors in it are so great, and it really does make it super versatile. That's why the all-weather wicker has been such like a leader, like such like a hero product, and why it keeps selling out, which is why we were so excited to share that it's like fully restocked, can be in your backyard in 2 weeks from now. Like that's the whole reason, because it's so gorgeous. It works in so many different decor styles, and I feel like that's actually a really perfect segue. Because, you know, right now we sort of have this whole setup for summer, which most of us do. And we're starting to ease in and transition into fall.
No. Fall has started. No
It just
ease.
started.
It's been 4 days. We are in fall. Let's go. Fall.
Do you feel the temperature, Kenneth?
Well, that's why you
Wingard?
have to change your environment, because in LA you'll actually never feel like it's fall.
Eternal summer in LA. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, right. Well, so there's a couple things. I know we're going to sort of transform this space, which is going to be really fun, but there's a couple things I'd like to talk about first, because we have you here.
Okay.
We have your design brain here, and we want to take advantage. Obviously, you have so many insider tips from what you do for a living and what you've always done for a living. I really want to know, what are some of the trends that we should be looking for, like, you know, maybe color trends or fabric trends as we're going into fall and into the next year?
Well, fall is always about sort of settling back at home after your summer of being out. It's about snuggling. It's about warmth.
Yeah.
The color palette with home, you'll appreciate this, always comes from ready to wear. You have one year fashion. So you have the runway. That's the first year. The second year moves from the runway into the ready-to-wear stores, the clothing stores.
Okay.
The next year it then moves into the home. And the home, don't get confused, indoor, outdoor, it's all the same. You should always be treating your outdoor space exactly as you would your indoor space and decorate it as such. So that being said, the color trends that we're seeing right now are ecru, rust, and moss are huge colors. Both, they were ready to wear last year. They've come into the home. And that just, it says like warmth and sumptuousness and loveliness.
And isn't this to me, this is the best time of year to be outside, because it's just enough of that chill that you feel like you're having a moment, but it's still so comfortable and cozy. You could be outside for hours. Like, it is my favorite. So the idea of,
I hate being outside all summer long. It is like hot.
It's too
like,
hot.
oh, the sun. Get me to fall and I will stay outside all day.
yeah, we're in the sweet spot right now. We really are. Okay, so I would love if you could sort of, we've got this set up, like we said, for a little summer vibe. We've got shells, we've got sort of our outer pillows here, which have the striped pattern.
Orly, shells were so last week.
How dare you?
Summer is over. We need to get rid of the shells. Let's fall this place up. All right.
Direct me. How
First,
can I
we're going to
assist?
start with these wonderful the Bug Shield blankets, which I adore. So I love it during the summer. You keep these blankets rolled up. People can grab them as needed. Miss Ruggieri in Florida with all the bugs, you're going to love yours. But come fall, we want to take them out and have them ready for people to use. So how we have one artistically behind you.
Yeah, how do you do this? Like, I feel like this is the one thing that stores always nail. And
do
then,
perfectly, and you do it at home.
and I'm like, yeah, how do
You
we
want
do it?
to open up your blanket, get it nice and big, and then you're going to pick a corner, not the center, but about 12, 18 inches from the center. Get your nice little point here.
Oh, I see.
And then you're just going to toss it over the corner, leave some on your arm because you want that to show out from your pillow, and you want it to sort of come over your front cushion. So you want to do that. You want to do it on 1 or 2 corners of each piece. So it's there. You can pull it, morning coffee, little chill. Oh.
I love it. And the little fringe detail, like as the layers overlap, it's so pretty. Okay.
That looks like effortless perfection to me.
Effortless perfection.
You're stealing
I'm
it.
taking that one. I'm taking that one. Next, let's talk about the pillows. I love these outer pillows. I think they're great. They're very versatile. This blue and white is classic, but it can also read nautical. It can read summer.
Yep.
Great thing about them, flip it over, and you have a wonderfully sort of neutral, solid background. So we're just going to nestle those right here on both sides, and then we're going to bring in some of our fashion colors. So I've got 2 rust pillows here.
Should I start removing these shells while
Oh
you
yeah, go ahead and start removing those shells. So you've got the rust pillow. So I'm a big fan of not going out and buying a ton of new stuff every season, because you won't do it. You'll spend the money, and then your garage will be full of stuff that you can't get rid of at the end of the season. So a couple of key things like these rust pillows layered on what you already have. So we're done there.
That looks beautiful.
totally changes it, right?
Yeah, I mean, Terry, I feel like when I'm seeing it up close here, I feel like these colors really tie in so beautifully. The
That
gray,
color
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
the rust and the blue that's in the bug shield blanket with the backside of the outer pillows, and like it's so fun. Are you seeing that on your end? Like,
Yeah,
the way we are, because gosh.
Yeah, very well coordinated. I think what's really
Isn't that
nice
gorgeous?
about, like how Ken is talking about it, like if you think about the science of what he's doing, like what makes a great designer like Ken is he's thinking about colors, textures, and proportions. The colors and textures are what he's doing. And, as he mentioned, like ecru, rust, and moss, it's like, well, those are nice colors, but like, why does it matter for fall? Well, it matters because, for instance, you think about what's happening with Mother Nature, and then the colors that are happening. The vibrant colors of summer are becoming a little bit more muted, a little bit more earthy. Like I think about vegetables a lot. Like what do you have during Thanksgiving? You have something like Brussels sprouts. You have pumpkin.
Yeah.
You have sweet potatoes. So
As
they're all
you're
like
saying
these earthy.
You
colors.
want to blur those lines between indoor and out, and another way I'm going to do that in this sort of headspace, we have our palms, is bring in another outdoor material. I'm going to bring in some pampas grass.
Yeah.
Got it right here in a tall vase. Orly, if you want to grab that one
Yes.
there. And now you could do pampas grass. You can get these for free in Savannah, where I grew up. They're everywhere. Sarah, in Florida, you can get them. But also, if you have oak leaves in your backyard, if you're in the Northeast, go out, saw off some branches, put those in vases. It'll tie into all of these colors.
Look at how pretty that looks. The like this little photo right
It
here.
just changes the whole,
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's such an Instagram moment.
So let's deal with the table now,
Yeah.
right? You've got rid of those shelves. I'm going to get rid of the book with our big conch shell here. And what we're going to do is, all we did was take out the shells, and we're just going to replace them with some gourds. I love live gourds. They're like 50 cents a piece at the grocery store. Don't get your bright orange ones. Get the more subtle colors, those sort of ones that are more the moss, that have that sort of butter. They're going to be a little more subtle, and they're going to last longer aesthetically. That'll get you all the way through Thanksgiving. And just by doing that, not changing the bowl, not changing the other stuff, just changing a couple of little elements.
That looks so great. I want all of you guys, while you're doing this, keep talking through this, but I want everyone to comment below and let us know so far what your favorite swap is. What's your favorite thing that you're going to do? Is it the throw of the blankets, the pampas grass, the table? Dying to know what you guys are loving here the most.
All I'm doing here, go into your kitchen, get a cutting board, get your cheese board, get something like that. Don't go out and buy something new. Get one of your candlesticks, well, your pillar holders, get a pumpkin, pop it on top. That's going to give you some added height there, and then nestle these in. Always want to do threes, and you always want to do 3 different heights. You want to sort of vary the height and vary the count of 3, so you get sort of texture. Bring in a candle because it's getting darker earlier. You want to extend your evenings. Light that candle. Pour a glass of wine because you don't have to worry about spilling it. Nestle in, and you are set for your fall outside.
I mean, this completely transformed the space with very little. I just love the idea that you can have these items that are sort of transitional, that are going to keep working.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why obviously the outer pieces are so great, is that it's like the accessories, like the jewelry
Right.
that you put on that entirely transforms the outfit. It does that here. I mean, this looks
And
so
you hold
beautiful.
this will get you through the end of Thanksgiving, through the end of November.
I love Kimberly Snyder saying, I love the gourds with the rat and balls and pumpkins on the candle holder.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, isn't that candle holder lifting it up to get some visual dimension so cool? I love this so much. Okay, Ken, will you hang out for some questions?
I love questions.
Okay, let's
Can I
get
ask
into
some? No, sorry.
No, you will only answer the questions. Okay, let's take a look at our first question. Let's see, there we go. Jack O, what fall activities are best to enjoy on an outer sofa? Ooh, I mean, personally, wine. I feel like wine is it's a verb, it's an activity. I like to sit, I like to turn on my fire pit, sit outside, we have an outdoor TV. I put on TV, whether it's music playing or a movie, and I like to snuggle up even if it's not cold. I like the idea of being comfy and throwing on the blankets. It's extending that cozy lounging you do inside your home and extending it to the fresh air outside. Something about being outside at night with the fire or candles like this, it just feels special. Like it just feels, I don't know, different.
First thing I do when I drop off the kids at school,
Yeah.
get a second cup of coffee, the house is empty, I go right to outside and I sit and have
love
my
that.
morning coffee. That's my favorite time.
What about
Because there's
you,
no one-
Terry? What's yours?
Yeah, well, I almost don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I do. But, we have paused for our next launch, and it is going to be something that has to do with, we're working on this idea of communal or social cooking. And I'll leave it at that. Hopefully it gets everyone excited about watching an upcoming one, but it is a favorite thing that I'm excited about doing come this fall.
I will just tell you, one of the many perks of me being friends with Terry is that he texts me pictures of new things. This is one of the coolest, most innovative products. I cannot wait till it is launch day on Outer Spaces Live, because you guys are gonna freak out. Okay, let's take a look at our next question. All right, Ben S. Ken, what's your favorite outer design feature and why? Oh my gosh.
All right, so I'll have to tell you, there are a couple things. Because being a parent and having a very sloppy husband, I would say the stain cleaning is huge. But in the green room here, where I've been sort of waiting while I've been listening, the aluminum, the dark aluminum furniture is in that green room. Terry, I have to say, can you say it's about outer furniture? It is sexy.
That's exactly
Thank you.
It is sexy. I took the cushion off, like that inner curve, the way the leg, the color.
Yep.
Like,
It is.
the design aspects are gorgeous. The little details, that I have to say is my favorite.
Thank you.
And that's my
Appreciate
favorite.
that.
That's my favorite piece there. That aluminum.
Yeah, I have the aluminum on my porch, and it's a showstopper.
Right.
That curved area you see when you walk up, and everyone's like, "What is this?" I mean, obsessed. Okay, next question. Let's take a look. Alrighty, this one is from Patty Mitchell. How hot does the aluminum get if it's in the Texas sun?
Good question.
Terry, you want to take that? Because
a
I've got it
very
under
good
a
question.
covered
Yeah.
porch.
Good question.
So, it is metal, so it does get hot. We've been doing tests. And like a few things that we think, like if it is sitting under a full baking sun on a hot day, it will get hotter. We actually have taken like a laser temperature gauge to check it. And it gets over 100 degrees, probably like 120 on a really hot day. So, but what we think is, if it's that hot, you're probably not sitting outside under the sun, so you're probably gonna have shade. We are working on new variations of colors that actually brings down the temperature quite a bit with the aluminum.
Amazing, amazing. And I know someone just said how long until people can get the aluminum, and it's in stock and it can ship within 12 to 15 days. So again, the all-weather wicker
A fortnight, the magic fortnight.
Exactly. Let's see, do we have another question? All right, Kelly M, why is it so important for outer become carbon neutral, and what does that mean to you? Oh, that's a thoughtful.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, so, and I'll take that. And it really comes down to, I think for anyone that has kids, anyone that's a parent, it's like our jobs are to hopefully teach our kids, how to make better choices. And I think a better choice is to figure out how to slow the rate of what we're doing to our planet. And, whether you're a big company or a small company, it's like if you can do your part, do your part. And that's why it's so important to us, so that I'm sure, like for me and for Ken and for you, Orly, it's like you always want to show them, like, here's the choices that we have. This is why I made this choice. I made this choice so that the world is a little bit better for you. That's kind of how I think about all of.
And there they go, the tears on outer. Getting me all choked up, Terry. You're absolutely right. I appreciate this company.
Yeah, it's the best. It's so amazing. Guys, we still have giveaways to do. I mean, we still have some fun giveaways. We still have a bug shield blanket to give away. I want to go through again what this September giveaway madness has been all about, because this has been so exciting. So we started off with 3 bug shield blankets. We've given away 2, and we will give our final one away in just a minute. We also are about to give away and announce the conversation set winner, which will be the big winner of today's show. And then it's not over. If you didn't win today, don't worry. It's not over. You still have an amazing chance to win the biggest kahuna of them all, which is this beautiful outdoor living room, which is set up at the pop-up at Palisades Village. Anyone that lives in the LA area, even if you don't, it's worth the drive to come hang out. It's such a gorgeous place and a gorgeous setup. You scan those QR codes, you'll be entered to win that entire setup. So let's get started with the next third and final winner of the Bug Shield blanket. Who do we have? Jill Courtwright in New York. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jill.
I'm so glad that you got it. It's going to be perfect as you're in the fall and the weather's so crisp in New York. God, I miss it. That's one of the most beautiful times of year in New York. So I hope you've got your own outer setup, and now you have your cozy blanket. And now let's mention the winner of today's big winner, the conversation set. Who is winning today? Ooh, la la. Congratulations. Sherry Sam in Ithaca, New York. I love it. We've got New York representing. Congratulations Sherry, I hope that you love it. It's the if you have no outer pieces, this is the perfect introduction. It's like a little tiny stepping stone, and then you will add friends to your collection. I promise. It's an addictive thing.
Sherry, as always, please, when you get it, please send us some photos. We'd love to see how it looks in your space.
Yeah. Gosh, this was so fun.
Totally fun.
Ken, be here always.
I'm not leaving. I actually brought my suitcase.
Yeah, this is your new bed.
I'm out here having coffee in the morning.
This was so wonderful. You guys, thank you so much for being here. We had such a blast. It means so much to us every month that you join us. We see your comments coming in and all of the support. It really makes it so fun to plan these. We have an amazing live stream planned for you next month. We already have amazing guests and content and the tips and tricks and the giveaways, all the things that you guys love. So thank you for being here. Terry, thanks for welcoming me into the Outer family. I love you guys.
Thank you for being part of it. It's been so fun working with you.
So fun. Alrighty, everybody. Oh, real quick, I just want to let everybody know, if you are not already following Ken, you guys can follow Ken on his social media. He does tons of amazing design tips, DIY tips, behind the scenes of his beautiful family. There it is, at Kenneth Wingard. Such amazing, amazing content. So make sure that you stay up with everything that Ken is doing as well. And we'll see you guys here next month. Bye, everybody.
See ya.